Hey guys, it's me, Kate again. We're in a little bit different setting because my camera is out of battery, my phone is out of memory. So this TBR was filmed like all over the place. So I filmed rolls beforehand and now just edit them in this. So roll number one. Roll number one. So roll number one is 3. 1, 2, 3. Romance. I read all of them in July or earlier this year. So let's roll again. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Historical fiction. I do have one, and the other one could be considered no. I'm gonna roll again, just to be safe. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll again. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Oh, random number generator. Okay. So, ooh, that's actually perfect. So, because we got the double, I have 4 rolls now. So roll number one was random number generator 2 times. So I had 12 books that I wanted to reread, and I gave them numbers like 1 to 12 and generated my number, 2 numbers between 1 and 12. It just ended up being that one of the numbers was third book in a series that I want to reread, and I would need to reread then the whole all 3 books. So I chose the first next book. So the first out of the 2 books is Ensnared, I think, by A.G. Howard's 3rd book in Splintered series. In this series, we're following Alisa, who in this world is descendant of the woman of a girl who inspired Alice in the Wonderland. And she gets pulled into Wonderland herself. You'll see that the other 2 books, and the first 2 books, are on my TBR a little bit later on. And the second book was The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee, sequel to The Gentleman's Guide to Life and Virtue, which I reread earlier this year. So I'll be rereading this and annotating it. So in the first book, we're following Monty, who is going on his grand tour with his best friend Percy, who he might be in love with, and his sister, and this is now Felicity's sister's book. So So let's go into role number 2.
Times 2. Then we have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Paranormal. Nope, not gonna cut it. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big book. Over 500 pages.
So role number 2 ended up being big book, over 500 pages. I have 2 of them because you saw. And I had one barely passed it, like it's just over 500. It has 500 and something pages, and another one is like over 700. So the one that barely passed was Vengeful by V. Schwab, the second book in Villains series. Here we're following Victor and Eli, who 10 years ago were best friends in university and decide to become extraordinaries, which are people with powers. And the only way you can become extraordinary is to die. So they kill themselves and each other multiple times, and now in present day they're mortal enemies. And it's continuation of the story. And the second book that was like over 700 pages is The Well of Ascension by Brand Sanderson. Second book in the first era, Mistborn. So in this series we are following Kelsia and Vin. And Vin, Kelsia is Mistborn who is trying to lead a rebellion over the final empire, and is putting together a band of elementers who are people who can ingest metals and have and each metal gives them power, and usually they only can ingest one or two metals, one metal, but Mistborns are the ones who can inject multiple metals. And on his way he meets Rin, who is the Mistborn. He recruits her. I haven't read this one yet, so I don't know what's gonna happen. So, role number 3.
Role number 3. Let's hope not be a double. It's double 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Elements card. Read a book that made you angry. Do have one of them.
Role number 3 ended up being Elements card for Fire, book that made you angry. Now, this book didn't necessarily make me angry, but author did. So, kind of counts for this, but my game, my rules. It's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them original screenplay by this awful person. So, this screenplay of a movie. So, we're reading this. So, role number 4.
So wrong number
4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 retelling. Currently don't have any that I didn't already read this year. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me use up all of them also. 3. 1, 2, 3 YA fantasy do have. Role number 4 ended up being YA fantasy, and I have, so these 2 books and next 2 books can be interchangeable for prompts, because you'll see what role number 5 ended up being. So I chose Splintered and Unhinged by A.G. Howard, first 2 books in Splintered series. So, and I talked about the plot of the series earlier. So role number 5, as you managed to see, role number 5 was characters card for Mary Kishtar to read the book featuring villain. That's because that's why I said that these 2 and next 2 books can be interchangeable, because they both are YA fantasies and feature a villain. So I chose Half Bad and Half Wild, I think. Yeah, Half Wild. I always confused Half Wild and Half Lost. First 2 books in, what is it called? Half Bad, I think trilogy, because, yeah, trilogy. And if I have time, I'll try to read the last one, but that's only if I have time. So in this trilogy, we're following Nathan, who is a wizard, and he needs to escape before his 17th birthday, because in this world, witches and wizards on their 17th birthday needs to get blood and 3 gifts from a blood relative. So he needs to escape this cage before that, so one of his family members can give that to him. And last role number 6. Role number 6 ended up being middle grade or children's. I think. I don't have my glasses on. I don't see anything that far. I chose Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. This is children's classic about piglet named Wilbur, who ends up going to a farm where he meets Charlotte. And I don't think I reread this book this year, but if I did, I'll reread it again, because it's really, really short, and I could read it in a day. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked it, like, share, and subscribe. Down below you have my social media and my email, and I'll see you in the next